个感谢来自中国城的17个社团共同在这里主办的这个庆祝纽约州参议院通过中国日和中国文化周，它代表了纽约州对中国来自中国的这些移民对美国所做的贡献的承认。我们华侨华人啊，在这里长期以来一直在辛苦的工作，当前这个困难的时候啊，他们能够继续发扬这个桥梁的这个作用，促进中美关系进一步发展。这从芭蕾舞剧《木兰》，木兰的故事啊，已经家喻户晓，也需要继续的发扬木兰的这个精神，共同来关系的这个健康稳定的发展，做我们能做的贡献。
我代表中国辽宁芭蕾舞团，对这次参加这个中国周，感觉非常非常的荣幸。
能介绍一下您这个节目吗？
我们今天带来的剧目是《花木兰》，中国女英雄木兰在保护家园、守护和平这么一个英雄的一个人物的故事。
以纽约州参议院通过了为中国日，我们表示非常高兴。今天呢，也感谢芭蕾舞歌舞团，他们来到这边来表演以花木兰为主题的这个节目。他们用肢体、语言和音乐来表达整个剧情的细节。他们表演非常精彩，非常成功。他们这样的表演是给我们启发了中华民族，不管在什么时候，国家最需要的时候，有中華兒女都會站出來保衛祖國。
喺呢度我好感謝我啲好朋友Senator Sanders 多謝所有啲社區朋友，多謝我哋領導，多謝晒，我哋繼續努力，一定做得更好。
今天我们纽约的各个侨团联合主办的这个活动，今天侨团主办的单位有美国亚裔社团联合总会、纽约北京同乡会、美国华人总商会、纽约温州同乡会、美国冲捞同乡总会、美国福建会馆、纽约智孝斗亲公所、美东荷兰同乡会、美国纽约缅甸华侨联谊会、美国华人社团联席会、纽约东北同乡会、纽约山东同乡会、美东山东同乡会、纽约台山联谊会、纽约重政会、美国福建公所以及我们美国福建侨联总会。
今天晚上啊，我们大开眼界，看到了我们中华民族的英雄花木兰，把她带到我们这个林肯中心来了。这个今天的晚上的这个芭蕾舞这个表演啊，是特别的精彩，我们都非常的高兴有这个机会。
今天非常高兴来参加中国日的庆祝活动。纽约州众议院把10月1日定为中国日，这充分显示了华人在纽约经济建设中的作用和做出的贡献。
高兴来参加，看了辽宁省歌舞团出来纽约演出，这也是今天特别的是中国历11月1号在纽约成立的，所以说明我们中国已经强大富裕了。
花木兰这个是非常有意义的。花木兰我看了第2次了，在那个02年的时候是彭丽媛啊，彭某某在这边演这个花木兰，我们也看到了，我也见过，所以觉得这个花木兰是给我们启发。
中美建交40周年的时候，作为主办方，我们非常荣幸参加了这一次的制作工作。这个演出鼓舞了我们中华民族的民族气氛，我非常的荣幸。
New York, I want to make 2 presentations. I want to make a presentation, and I read this so that I don't mess up the group. To my friend John Chan, of course, the American Chinese Commerce Association, and of course, a special thanks, of course, to Kenneth Yu of the American Chinese Development Support Center. They have done so much for Chinese-American relations and the relations with China that New York State wants to stop and present this special commendation to both of these groups. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Ambassador, if you...
Asian American Community Development and Power 陈山照主席。北京 Association of New York 蒋健会长。Chinese Business Association New York 徐家树会长。Chinese Windsor Association 吴宏光会长。中楼 USA Headquarter 麦德胜主席。福建 Association in USA 陈信和主席。基豪 Doctor Association 陈慧祥主席。河南 Chinese Association USA 张富印会长。Miami Chinese Association of New York 苏焕光主席。New York Council of Chinese American Associations 谢告副主席。New York Northeastern Chinese Association 吴信会长。New York Stanton Association 汤学武会长。Stanton Association of Eastern America 王立志会长。台山 Friendship Association of New York 应景荣主席。同生 Association 朱天长主席。United Fujian Police of America 曾德良主席。United Overseas Fujian Association of America 陈建荣主席。In order to build trust, dispel misconception, and to enhance mutual understanding between the two countries and the people. In light of the above, we highly appreciate the resolution passed by the New York State Senate recognizing October 1st, 2019 as China Day and the first week of October 2019 as Chinese American Heritage Week. We are grateful to the sponsors and co-sponsors of the resolution and all the senators who supported the resolution. We hope all of you will continue to care about the interests and aspirations of Chinese Americans and will join you with us in pushing ahead U.S.-China friendship and cooperation. Now, may I ask Senator James Sanders to come up. Senator Sanders? And we also would like to invite Ambassador Huang Ping to witness this award presentation. Ambassador. A few of the organizations have worked very, very hard to make this happen. The American Chinese Development Center.
Ambassador to the 17 organizations represented so well by so many, but especially my friend John Chen, to all gather together, to my elected officials who have been kind enough. I take this on behalf of you. I take this award on behalf of all of my elected officials because one cannot do this by themselves. It's simply, they allow me to come before you. We stand at a very interesting time in American history, a time where we all must reaffirm that we are American citizens. I am here to to say that the contribution of the Chinese Americans to America has been enormous and growing. It has not stopped, it has actually grown. To document it, we would need more space in this beautiful building that we find ourselves in. And that would be just the tip of the story if we were to do this. So I'm here to say that New York State appreciates the contribution of the Chinese Americans to the building of America. Going further, we also appreciate China to the building of the world. That we in New York State understand that China is one of our greatest trading partners. And we look forward to that trade continuing. This is not to say that there are not difficulties and differences that we find ourselves in. This is to say that we must find a better way. We must find a way of resolving this. I do want there to be a joint war. I'll say it again. There should be a war. We have found that the Amazon is on fire. The lungs of the world is on fire. The US, China, and other countries need to join together to go to war against this type of global climate change. We need to replant the Amazon, Siberia, some parts of California, other places. We need to rival each other, Mr. Ambassador. We need to rival to see who can replant the most, who can put trees down the most. I'm sure that these 17 noble organizations here would join in such a battle. With that, I say that these 17 organizations are really pushing these American values so much that they have gathered together and are sending several elected officials to China to get more of an understanding, to show that we too want there to be peace and understanding between the countries. We look forward to going there. I will lead that delegation. We look forward to going there to say that there are differences, but they must be resolved in a positive fashion. They must be resolved in a fashion that helps the world go further. We in New York State love to think of ourselves as an empire state. We build beautiful things, like this beautiful facility that we find ourselves in. Lincoln Plaza, complete, the Met and other operas, and of course, the beautiful dancers that we had at this ballet. A hand for the dancers that we saw perform. We think of ourselves as the empire state, and this is why we said there must be a China Day and there must be a week to help us at least scratch the surface on what the Chinese American population. I understand that a week is not enough time. I understand that a week is not. But it will never be enough time because the Chinese American population has been so creative that every day more history is being created. So we'll never catch up, but we can take a week and we can say this is part of the contribution. And we in New York State absolutely want to do these things in partnership with these great organizations and in partnership with my friend, our ambassador, my friend, the Consul General. Having said that, my friends, I understand that a politician should never speak too long. Because you'll lose a crowd, and I'm not going to do that at this occasion. Thank you very much, and thank you to all of us who have gathered us here today. Thank you.
Ambassador Wang Ping, Consul General, New York.
Now, first of all, I'd like to recognize a few of my friends, Senator Sanders, of course, and William Colton, the Assembly Member of New York State, Margaret Chang. Margaret, so nice to have you here. Edwin Coates, thank you very much. Linda Sun, the governor, and Li Shijing representing Grace Ma. And also Andrew Fan, especially friends from the 70 groups from Chinese community. Good evening. It is really a great honor for me and my wife to join every one of you to participate in this event, celebrating or to commemorate the passing the resolution of the New York Senate. On October the 1st, we're going to celebrate the China Day according to the resolution. And the first week of October will be recognized as the Chinese Heritage Week. I think this is a very good resolution, reaffirming New York State's continuous commitment to further develop an engaging relationship with China. It is also a recognition to recognize people with a Chinese origin or people in the Chinese community who have contributed a lot to help the development of this country they're living now. I want to thank you, Senator Sanders, and everyone of you. Without your great effort, joint effort, we will not be able to have this resolution. And on this occasion, I also want to thank Liaoning Ballet 舞剧团 for bringing us, Liaoning Ballet Performing Group. That was a very touching story. It became worldwide famous after 1998 when Disney made a motion movie animation of this story. This story is old from Chinese history, but it carries meaning, inspiring people of today. Mulan's love for family, Mulan's love for its people and for the country still inspire lots of us to continue with the hard work. I think this story also is a reflection of the Chinese people who are standing here or being represented by from the Chinese community. For more than 100 years, they have come all the way from China, become part of American culture. They tried very hard to help the development of this country. They also donated a lot to bring China and America together to help to build up this great relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, this year marks the 40 years anniversary since we normalized the relationship between China and the US. This is also a year of 70 years anniversary of the People's Republic of China since its founding. So when we are gathered here, we have the common sense that these two great countries, as the largest and second largest economy in the world, we should work together rather than fighting against each other. I cannot agree more with you, Senator Sanders. We need to work together because history has proved when we work together, we both benefit. When we fight each other, we will both lose. So when in the face of this difficult time when we have a little problems with our relationship, we need to have more events like this. We need to have more resolutions like what you have passed to encourage people from both sides to work together. I have got all this confidence by the presence of you and all the people standing here tonight that we got the support to support the relationship to grow. And we can work together to help this relationship to grow. With this, I thank you very much. I hope everyone will enjoy this event, especially the ballet. The Liaoning Ballet Performing Group is going to stage. It's going to be a wonderful one. Thank you.
Member of the New York State Assembly, William Colton. If you want to say a few words.
As well as increase the greatness of each other and of all countries. China and America are great countries in this world. They can do tremendous amount of good for each other and for all of us. But there must be understanding, there must be communication, there must be a willingness to work together. Really, I commend Senator Sanders for this wonderful resolution that has been passed, and it really symbolizes what we all must do to continue the greatness of both our countries and the greatness of the world as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you. Member of the New York State Assembly, Unite New.
在我们的theater 里面，现在 Disney 也在放花木兰，因为大家也知道我们现在女人呢越来越强了。那我们是纽约州，我是唯一的亚裔的州众议员是女人的，所以很高兴可以代表大家。那如果我们这边也有一个女的啊，所以我们很高兴有那么多的侨领可以跟我们一起庆祝。
Member of the New York City Council, Margaret Chin.
City Council, and I'm so proud that you are honoring the Chinese American community and recognizing our contribution to this country. And this year, Ambassador, also marked the 150th anniversary of the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad. We want to make sure that our homeland, China, always remain a friend. We don't want them to fight, no, because we love both countries. So thank you again to New York State and thank you to Senator Sanders.
The Deputy Chief Diversity Officer of the State of New York, bring us up.
I have a proclamation to share from the Governor's office. I'll just be quick and read a short paragraph. It is the pleasure to send greetings to everyone gathered for tonight's cocktail reception as we look forward to the upcoming observance of China Day and Chinese Heritage Week. So on behalf of the Governor, congratulations and 特别感谢我们的侨领，看我们这次有这样整个纽约州都可以跟我们华人社区一起庆祝我们的华人中国日和我们中国州，谢谢。
Not only our events are diversified, but we're also bipartisan. Ladies and gentlemen, the former chairman of the New York Republican State Committee, Mr. Ed Cox.
Senator, I want to thank you and your fellow senators very much for passing this significant resolution. 40 years ago was a very significant time for China-American relations. My father-in-law, President Nixon, opened the door to China in 1972. But in 1979, China and the United States recognized each other to assure that the door stayed open, and it has. 40 years ago, I was in China, almost to the day with President Nixon, and we met with Mr. Deng Xiaoping. And these two great leaders, they discussed the future of China and the United States. And they agreed that in the future, there'd be a strong and prosperous China. Because at the time, as you know, China was very weak economically. It was weak economically, but it was strong culturally. And they agreed at the end of their discussion that a strong and prosperous China in East Asia, in the world, through the work that we do together. And that's what this resolution is about. And the people-to-people action between Chinese Americans and people in China, those people-to-people relations are the basis that will make that vision of these two great statesmen 40 years ago that I was fortunate enough to witness to make it come true. Thank you. Xie.
Now, we would like to ask the director of the Liaoning Ballet Ensemble, Ms. Xu Jing, to come up. I understand also Congressman Greenspan also have a representative here to present. And State Senator Toby Stavisky
向远道而来的辽宁歌舞团赠送美国国会的欢迎信，为了首场演出成功。
Now we have some greetings from Ms. Xu Jing of the Liaoning
敬的中华人民共和国驻纽约总领事馆黄平领事，各位侨领、各位来宾、各位观众朋友们，大家晚上好。
The Honorable Consul General of the People's Republic of China in New York, His Excellency Ambassador Wang Ping, the Honorable New York State Senator James Sanders, Chinese community leaders, distinguished guests, friends, good evening.
今天我们辽宁芭蕾舞团带着原创芭蕾舞剧《花木兰》来到美国林肯剧院进行世界巡演的首场演出，以艺术语言向美国人民和华夏子孙讲述中国故事，让世界零距离了解中国。
Today, the Liaoning Ballet Ensemble brought its original production, Mulan, to the Lincoln Center for the first performance of its world tour, to tell the American people and the Chinese community the China story through the language of art, and the world can experience China from zero distance.
花木兰是中国家喻户晓的故事，用芭蕾舞形式演绎是我们辽宁芭蕾舞团的首创。祝我们演出为促进中美文化交流增光添色，期待我们让美国观众在了解花木兰故事的同时，让世界展示中国芭蕾力量。
Hua Mulan is a well-known story in China. The ballet interpretation is the first creation of the Liaoning Ballet Ensemble. We wish our performances will add luster to the cultural exchanges between China and the United States. We hope that we can let American audience understand the story of Hua Mulan and at the same time showcase the Chinese ballet to the world.
感谢中国驻纽约总领事馆黄平总领事，感谢今天到场所有的媒体及观众。
Thank you, Consul General Wang Ping. Thank you, New York State and New York City Council representatives.
我们还要感谢帮助我们推动芭蕾舞剧《花木兰》登上林肯中心的纽约中华歌舞团，感谢你们为此次演出付出的所有努力。
We also would like to thank the Chinese Exquisite Art Assembly, which helped us to promote the ballet Mulan to Lincoln Center, and for all of their efforts in the successful performance.
最后，祝愿今晚的演出能给大家带来高品位的艺术飨宴。愿芭蕾舞剧《花木兰》的精彩表演伴随大家度过一个美好而难忘的夜晚。谢谢大家。
Finally, we wish tonight's performance can bring you a high level of art and entertainment, and we hope that the performance of Mulan will accompany you through a wonderful and unforgettable evening. Thank you.
the sound of drums. People couldn't believe what I'd become. And revolutionaries wait for my head on a silver plate, just a puppet on a lonely string. Oh, who would ever wanna be king? I hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name ever alone this word, but that was when I ruled the world. Hear Jerusalem bells are ringing, Roman cavalry choirs are singing. Be my mirror, my sword and shield, my missionaries in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter won't call my name ever alone this word, but that was when I ruled the world.